hop in. So with our butt area, we have 3 different major muscles. We have the gluteal, gluteus maximus. Can everyone see that? This is how our gluteus maximus looks. Okay. Next, we have the gluteus medius. That one is just above the gluteus maximus. Thirdly, we have the gluteus minimus. And that one doesn't go as far over, but it kind of overlaps on the same area. With that being said, these 3 muscles overlap on each other. They are not just here, there, and there, like they may have been explained to you. They overlap each other. The gluteus maximus, that's the first one we showed. Go back to that picture for you. I know a lot of y'all are visual. I'm visual. That here is our gluteus maximus. This is one of the largest and heaviest muscles in our body. And out of our 3 gluteus muscles, this is the one that's most superficial. So when you're flexing or you're pushing, you have to flex. If you flex that area or push, that's the one you're going to feel. That's the gluteus maximus. That muscle can hold a lot of strength. It's one of the largest and strongest muscles in our body because it holds the trunk area. It's holding up your hip area. Sorry, my chair is making a funny noise. It holds up the trunk area, your hip area. It supports everything that's in the middle of your body. So that muscle is very, very strong. Also, when we're talking about muscle, I want you to get a visual of this. Stop thinking of the muscle as one whole entity because it's not. Think of the muscle as a bundle of muscle fibers because that's what it is. You have one bundle and you have muscle fibers all throughout. Okay? And as you can see, this is very important too. They go lateral. They go lateral. They do not go straight up and down. Why is that important? I'll tell you why is that important. If we're doing wood, let's take this into a scientific method, right? If we're doing wood and those muscle fibers are going lateral, what is it doing to the muscle if we're going up and down? Those fibers go lateral. So I'll tell you what we're doing. We are causing cross friction. We are cross fibering that muscle that goes lateral when we are doing an up and down motion. What does that mean? We are basically, when you cross fiber a muscle, you're trying to feel, you're trying to assess, you're trying to identify if it has tight areas, tender points, nodules. You're just trying to assess. That's not necessarily going to build it effectively. I'm not saying that it won't build it at all, but we're talking about most effectively. Is everyone with me? If you're with me, drop heart up my video if you're with me. I just showed you where the fibers, all 3 muscles in the butt, the fibers go lateral. So if we want to work on that individual fiber of that muscle bundle, if we want to really work that out, we need to go in the direction of the muscle fibers. Make sense? I hope so, because we're just at the surface. We're diving into the glutes because I know a lot of y'all see my pictures and y'all like, that's Photoshop, or no way that is like that. You have to know the anatomy and physiology of the muscle so you know what to do with the muscle. I'm all about the why. Why? You can tell me all day that 1 + 1 = 2, but show me why. Show me there's 1 here, 1 here, and then that's how we got 2. That's what I'm doing for you guys. So, those of you that do wood, when you do wood, I want you to take a practice person. Take a practice person, okay? Take person A, because this is science. If you don't like science, you're never going to master body sculpting. If you don't like science, this is science. So let's do a science project. Person A, I want you to just strictly go up and down. Up and down. Where's my other? The jiggy jiggy. Love this on the butt. Up and down. Just go up and down. Now, person B, I want you to go to the side. To the side. We're not talking about breaking down the fat. Now, if we want to break down, okay, we can go up and down, whatever. But if we're trying to build the muscle, if we truly want to build that muscle, we need to work with the fiber direction, okay? We want to work with our tools that's going to plump the area. So going side to side, I want you to see, do you get a difference? Going along the patterns of that muscle fiber. And we're strictly talking about the butt area. We're not talking about any other area. Now, a good thing to do too is to loosen. Now, if we want to loosen the area so that we could target the muscle better, we want to go ahead and cross fiber and feel what's under there, and then go along with the grooves. Everybody with me? I know this may be a little confusing, and that's why you would need, a further class. So if you're not getting this part, someone else is not getting that part, you can dig into what you're needing. But I want to give you a guide. I want to help you perfect your skill, okay? Now, the other good thing to know is about knowing, and this is a lot. This is a lot, but it's important. Another good thing to know is to know, oh, let me show you this. This is the medius, though. The medius does have fibers that go kind of diagonal. Can you guys see that? So when you're getting up in the top part of the butt, you may need to go a little more diagonal because the medius does have an area that goes diagonal. Okay. So when we want to build that muscle, we want to go along with the muscle fiber, okay? Now, let's get some fun facts about muscles. In your body, you have 3 types of muscles. You have skeletal, you have smooth, and you have cardiac. We're not going to talk about the other ones because we're going to only talk about what we're needed for right here. For right here, the gluteus, they are skeletal muscles. Why are they skeletal muscles? Because guess what? Very simple. They attach to the bones. That's not the only reason, but that is the way that you're going to remember. Skeletal, gluteus, attached to the bones. I'm making this simplistic. I am not an A&P teacher. I am making this simplistic. So think skeletal bone, they're attached to skeletal muscle, they're attached to the bone. Got it. Now, another thing to know about a skeletal muscle is that they generate heat when they contract and release. They generate heat. So a lot of you guys get nervous when you start seeing that red come up when you're doing your butt cup. Let's see if I have some of my thoughts or things over here. I don't think I do. You know what the butt cupping are. When you have your butt cupping on your client and it gets red, number 1, you're bringing the blood vessels to surface. And number 2, we just found out that those skeletal muscles, they generate heat. So what I do is when I see a lot of that going on, I will take a break. I take breaks anyways. 15 to 20 minutes in, I'm pausing and taking the cups off. Okay? Because why? You don't want too much heat to come to the area. The body is a self-healing system. So when you're bringing too much heat to one area, the body's saying, whoa, 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 what is going on here? Hey, we need help in the gluteal section. Someone send help. The body always wants to be in homeostasis. Homeostasis means an internal balance. So when something is all out of whack, the body wants to heal and help that. So when you're bringing too much heat to that one area, the body is going to start doing things to help bring that down. So it's in homeostasis and it has an internal balance. We can do both. We can do a slow interval or we can do a fast interval. But what have we learned? We have learned that the gluteus muscle is a more predominantly slow twitch. So that muscle is going to use the energy slowly and evenly. And it's going to contract longer without running out of power. And I think that's a great plus for us. So with that being said, and this is how I do my butts with the vacuum. I do slower and deeper intervals on that muscle because I know how that muscle works. Yes, I do intervals of, smaller pulsing type of rhythms. But for the majority of the time, when I'm working those gluteal muscles, I'm doing the slower, deeper pull on that muscle because I know it is a slow twitch muscle. If you're learning, if this is helping you, if the light bulb is coming on in your head, if you're going through your head and you're thinking about, wow, I remember the session when I did blah, 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 and that worked. Or I remember the session I did blah, 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 and that didn't work. Drop hearts. I need to know. I need feedback. I need to know this is helping you. I need to know that you're with me, you're understanding. Give me hearts if the slow twitch component is understanding for you. Perfect. Because I want to see your butt results. Those of you, I see a lot of you. I see it probably more than any other post about with body contouring specialists. Like, I'm just not getting that butt result. My butt result is just not staying. And the not staying part, we're going to talk about in another session. Right now, we're talking about building it and understanding the anatomy and the physiology and the function of the muscle. Okay? Because I feel like if you get this, if you start implementing a lot of this, your butts are going to wow. Matter of fact, I know. Your butts are going to wow. So we went over a couple of things, right? Also, when the muscle contracts, it is a nerve that's sending that contraction, okay? It is a nerve that's sending an impulse to say, hey, you need to contract. Now, nerves can be weaker and stronger in certain areas. And that's something that we just will not know. A lot of things too with the butt is a lot of prep work. Your prep work, I feel like your prep work and anything in body contouring will just illuminate your result. So you have to have good prep work. So us going through the butts is going to be several sessions, but I want to break it down piece by piece so you can put the whole thing together and it makes more sense. So today we're just talking about the building part. Now, protein is vital. Protein is vital. To grow a muscle, science says you need 1 gram of protein for every pound. Let me tell you, I am not eating 200 plus grams of protein because that's how much I weigh. But that's what it says. Also, their at-home care is going to be very, very, helpful for keeping that muscle built. Because once you get it built, it can lose. It will lose its value. A muscle does not necessarily grow. A muscle lengthens, expands, and develops. So what we're doing is we're developing the muscle. So I want to change the mindset of it growing, and we're going to say develop because it doesn't really grow, it develops. So that composition we have, we're developing it. Okay? When it is exercised, when it is contract, it develops. When it's not in use, then it shrinks. Simple as that. So everyone that gets everyone that gets the vacuum cups will have different intervals where they will need their muscle to be at a maintenance level for development. That changes for everyone. However, if you do these steps, if you really know how to develop it really good and nice initially, the maintenance won't be as much and it won't be as soon. Okay? And for all your services, let's just put that out here. I told you guys this the other day. This is a luxury service. Body contouring is a luxury service. Women go and get their nails done and all their grooming done every 2 weeks like clockwork. I know women that pay $150 and up for their nails every 2 weeks. I know some of you in here that are charging $50 per session, and that is not cool. Start thinking of body contouring as a luxury service. I know some of you have different demographics and you're saying like, I cannot sell for that amount right now. I get it, and that's okay. But the goal is going to be for a luxury service. They also need to know this is a maintenance thing. This is not a one and done. Yeah, you may do a 4 to 6 weeks, but I'm going to need to see you again in a couple months. And if you give them a great result, they're not going to have problems coming in seeing you again and again. I'm getting off topic, but this is important. You have to learn to build experience. You have to build a relationship. You have to do that because our field is just not something where they're going to come in and not get it, not ever see us again. Your client should become like your family because you're going to be seeing them on a regular. Start doing memberships because that's really going to get the mind thinking of, okay, this is something I have to keep up. This is something I have to do regularly. And they're not going to have an issue with that. I think a lot of us are just not putting it out like that, so they don't know. They don't know that they're going to have an upkeep with this. So please implement that some way into what you're already doing and let your client know you need an upkeep. We don't have much more for today, but protein is very important for building that muscle. Also, with the muscles of the gluteal area, you have a fascia layer. Fascia, in the most simplest terms, is a sheet of connective tissue that's mostly collagen. This is why the elasticity can be different in the butt areas. This is why a lot of our clients will need radio frequency, because that fascia area that's surrounding everything, that sheet area, that connective tissue is not built up, it's not developed, it's gotten weak over time. So that's why we need to build that area. We need that collagen part there. And also the protein is going to help that as well, but radio frequency for sure is going to help that area. This advanced butt lift class that's going to be out tomorrow is going to be very inexpensive. But with that being said, your butt lift treatment will be longer. With that being said, you need to charge more. Everything we do, though, you should be letting your client know, hey, you're going to have to come back for upkeep or maintenance. And have a maintenance, I have a maintenance service that I offer. And it's roughly like 75% of a normal session. That also puts it in their mind like, hey, when I book to come back, I just booked the maintenance session. You won't, if you do your initial results correctly, you won't have so much to do on the maintenance. Also put a time limit on it, because if your client comes back 9 months, 12 months later and they're booking the maintenance, no, you got to start over again. This is an upkeep service, guys. Like, people get their lashes done and they pay $100 and so every 2 weeks. They will have no problem paying for their body. The way your body looks is way more important than your nails, your lashes, and all of those things. All of those things. Start putting it out there. Start making your advertisement look like this is something that needs an upkeep. I gave you a lot of information today. I want you to take it and I want you to hone in on it. I want you to start implementing. And this is just the first part. I don't want to overwhelm you, but I want you to know that we are really stepping it up. We have 20% of the year left. We are stepping it up and we are not playing around with these bodies. We are coming in for the kill. We're giving great results. We are securing the bag and we are taking care of our families on this income alone. Because it's time. It's time. I love you all.